Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the MakeCode Arcade Advanced stream. I'm Richard, at Richard on the MakeCode forum.
And I'm Hassan, at Hassan on the MakeCode forum.
And we're back to working on our Zelda like game, our sort of Zelda game. I mean, it's not really, a Zelda game, but it's got the bones. That's what it was inspired by. Just a quick reminder, there will be no stream tomorrow and on Monday. Because this weekend is 4th of July weekend here in the US. And so we're going to be taking off a little bit of time for that. Okay. So, and once again, I apologize for the frame rate of my simulator. I'm like looking at it right now on the stream, and it looks pretty bad. Yeah, I wish it was better, but my internet's not very good, and I'm sorry about that. Okay, well, anyway. So what are we doing today? So last time we worked on our dungeon, and I did a little bit of stuff outside of the stream. I didn't do any code. I just took our dungeon and I actually gave it a map. So now we've got like you start out in this little room. There's a keyhole on the left. If you go over here, oh, I did write a little bit of code, which was I now made it so that it's possible to have floor tiles that are just like pits to start out and they don't fall away. I thought it was nice to have a little variation.
That's a nice touch.
Yeah. Okay, so then you go up here, you got this little button puzzle. Then you just go over here, you get your key. Put it back down. Now you can unlock this over here. And the idea is that if you get over all the way over to here, we're gonna put something over here that's gonna be like that you unlock, and then like whatever you get here is basically gonna get you into the boss room. And so we've still got some rooms, and a lot of our rooms, all we've really got is like the falling thing right now. So I want to put in some more stuff,
Yeah.
So I think the first thing I want to do is Dobix was kind enough to give us some wonderful art, and I have edited it slightly. So here was the enemy that Dobix gave us, this one right here, and I was trying to animate it, and I was having some trouble. So I edited it a bit to turn him into a little Minotaur. Yeah, right there.
Unfortunately, Davix is not in the chat right now. But
oh, okay. Well, hopefully he'll see it later. So we've got this little Minotaur who is going to be the enemy that we're going to have inside this dungeon. And I've got them animated in both directions. But let's go ahead and put this in. So to start, we're going to add our Minotaur to our tile map. So let's choose. Let's see. I want this to be easy to test. So I'm just going to put a Minotaur like in this room. So let's go and edit this tile map. Somewhere in here. I believe it is this one. Kind of hard to tell because this over here, it's really difficult to see that this is a different color than this.
Yeah,
but
it
is.
Shade.
Yeah, you can tell if you like look really closely. All right, so we're gonna make a new tile now, and oh, I probably should have copied and pasted the enemy. Okay, we're just gonna click done on that. We're gonna go back over. We're actually gonna copy the enemy this time. Now I go and edit that transparent tile we just made, and we're gonna put this guy in here. And wait, let me get a background. I always like to give it a background, even though the player's not gonna see this. But
Davix is indeed in chat now.
Cool. Hey, Davix, just so you know, I wanted to make this guy match our color palette and also animate him. So I changed him just a little bit. So we got he's now a little Minotaur. So I hope that's cool. All right, but we're gonna put him into the game right now. So we're gonna head over to our blocks. My project's getting so large that when I do a video call, it gets really slow. All right. We're going to head over to this room right here. This is the one we were just looking at. We're going to go ahead. Oh, I don't need my assets. You go to my tiles. We're going to put our enemy in. To do. Okay.
Topics is cool.
Awesome. Yay. Thanks, Alex. Okay, so we're going to make sure that we spawn an enemy when we have one of these tiles. And I think that the behavior for this one is it's just going to follow you. So, pretty simple. So let's head over to our on tile map loaded event. And I will also, so the code that I said I wrote last time, it's just this for loop right here. So I just made it so that we make pits on these little pit tiles that I put in. So yeah. But anyway, we're gonna do another thing now, which is we're going to do a for of loop. And we're going to loop over all of our enemy tiles. We're going to create an enemy, and it doesn't really matter what we put in for their initial thing, but I will, well, I'll do it in just a second. So we're going to use the character animations extension to make these this enemy animate when they're going in different directions. So if we go into character animations, we're going to drag out this loop frames. We're going to do 2 of these. And we're going to do when facing, not down, when facing right and when facing left. And then I think this should be 200 for the animation I made. Change this to be new enemy. All right, and now let's go ahead and select our animation. So this one is the facing right animation. So I'm going to go in here and choose the one that I did that's facing the right. And now for this one, we're going to go in and do the one that's for facing left. And I'm also going to copy this first frame so that in here I can do that. And I don't remember the dimensions. I think it was 20 by 18. There we go. Okay, now this is not of kind decoration, so we're going to go ahead and do a new kind. We'll do Minotaur. Minotaur. How do you spell that? I think so. I'm going to say yes.
I would have to spell often. I think that's good. A-U-R, right?
A-U-R,
Sorry.
yeah.
If I seem distracted, there's like literally people outside my window, just 5 stories up in this machine.
Oh.
Around. So I'm just like, yup.
Okay, so just now I did a destroy all of kind Minotaur when we load a new tile map, and we just want to do that so that the Minotaurs from the previous ones all get cleaned up. And now we're going to just make it so that it follows our player. So let's go ahead and do a follow. We're going to leave this, well, we're going to make this new enemy. We're going to make this hero. And our follow is way too fast by default, so I'm going to make this like.
Yeah, I was going to ask if the follow needs like a velocity.
Yeah.
It just has the. Whoa.
Ah, look at him.
So I'm assuming that it's smooth on when you're actually seeing the simulator.
Yes, I'm sorry that it's like super choppy today, but I don't know what it is. You know what? Let me unshare my screen and share again, and we'll see if that fixes it.
Okay.
Because it could just be Teams, you know. All right, so the stream's gonna get weird for a second. Ooh, we're big.
Great. Wow, we completely fell outside the bounds.
Oh, that's way better.
Hey, we're back.
Yeah. Okay. So next time that happens, I'll just know
so
to
much nicer.
yeah, to do that. So sorry for the technical difficulties, but you know.
Wow. The chat is
All right.
both excited by how smooth it was and the fact that we were big nearly.
I like this Minotaur. I like how he looks. We should maybe make him just a little bit faster. And then we need to make him so that he actually damages you. So, and we need to cover up his little.
Oh, I could actually see the animation now.
Yeah, right. It's just a simple little 2-frame animation, you know.
Yeah, I could get it. Or there weren't enough frames. It's getting like a frame every like 1.5 seconds.
Yeah. Was it slowing down again?
Oh, too soon. Really? Yeah, it's starting to slow down for me.
All right. Well, I'm gonna do some code, and then I'll do the share thing again once we are back to testing. Sorry about this. All right. So we need to cover up this tile that we have. So we're gonna go into our just up here where we're doing all of these tiles. We're gonna do a cover. Change this to be the enemy tile, which is there. And we're just gonna cover it with our floor like we are with these other things. And now we need to do our like them damaging us and us damaging them. So to do that, we will head over to our existing overlaps that we have. And we're gonna copy this frog bunny one. So when we overlap with the frog bunny, all we do is we call this function, which is deal damage to hero. So we want to duplicate this, change this to be Minotaur. And that should be good. So now our Minotaur damages our hero.
Nice.
Later, we might want to make it so there's like different amounts of damage, but Okay, so this is the plant. That's not what we want. Sword overlaps with chomp. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so we also need to do the damage in the other direction. So we're going to duplicate this, change this to be our Minotaur. And we have this damage enemy function already. And then the last thing we need to do is we need to make it so that we set the health. So we've been doing that inside of an onCreated. So I'm just going to keep with that convention. So we'll make this Minotaur. We're going to set its health to be 4. Okay, let's do a Daryl real quick to clean this up. And let me go ahead and test this out. I'm going to make us giant again.
Giant.
Make it small again. All right, yay. Let us use our fleeting moments of good frame rate. Okay, no. There we go. All right, cool, so that works. He damaged us, we damaged him, and eventually defeated him, so cool. And if I go over here and come back, be back. There we go. All right, cool. We got an enemy, so at least our dungeon is like slightly more interesting now. I still think this dungeon's pretty boring though. Let's add some more stuff to spice it up, and then we'll hopefully start working on the boss battle. But the boss battle is going to take a while, I think. So, okay, so how can we spice up this dungeon? Any ideas?
We have traps. We have.
That's true. We could do the spike trap that we haven't done yet.
Oh yeah, it's true. I mean, we could also at a certain point introduce traps and enemies into the room.
Sorry, at a certain point introduce what?
Traps and enemies.
Oh yeah, in the same room. Totally do that.
Ooh. we have a suggestion on the site to have arrows that fire from the wall.
Oh yeah, you do that.
You know, maybe I don't know. Maybe they just fire from the wall, or maybe you press a button and find the traces.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fun. Okay, let's do that. So if we go into our assets, we're going to go ahead and make a little arrow launcher. So I think that making them come out of the wall is a good idea. So let's go into our tiles. And we're going to, well, let's just open the tile map editor. Let's say, what's a boring room right now? This room's pretty boring. Okay, we're gonna go and make some new tiles, and I'm going to basically just make the wall tile, but it's going to have a little hole in the middle of it. So I'm gonna open up my gallery and get my wall tile. And I'm going to make it so like there's a little hole here. And I will also like give it a bit of an outline so that you can kind of tell what's going on. We'll round this out a bit. Like that. Okay, we'll see how this looks. Possibly very bad. Yeah, that looks pretty good actually. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's there in the wall already.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Okay. Let's do we probably should do like these two walls since those are like the walls that actually can like launch things. I'll do this bottom wall and then we'll do some coding. All right. Let's go to my tiles. We're gonna make another new tile, or I'll just edit this transparent one I left behind. Let's go ahead and select the bottom wall, which is this one. We're going to do the same thing. In fact, we're going to do such the same thing. I'm going to go into here. I'm going to do a copy paste. And through the wonders of rotation, make this sort of match up. Maybe if I like do that. There we go, like that, I think. Yeah, good. All right. It was kind of getting to that point again where it just looks like pixels, you know?
Yeah.
All right, let's be mean. We'll make a few of these, just, you know, because we're testing. And so I like the idea that when you walk in front of it, it fires. But so maybe we should just do a trigger plate. Yeah, so let's make a trigger plate. So to do that, I'm going to make another one of these tiles that's just kind of like words. And then what should it say?
Is this for the pitch trap, or is this for the like wall arrows?
Wall arrows.
Like, arrows.
Yeah, let's see how much of that I can get in here. Arrow.
It was very briefly R.
Arrow. Okay, so the idea is I'm going to put a bunch of these down. And if the player overlaps with one of these, we're going to like go in each of the directions and see if we find an arrow tile. And if we do, then we're going to be like, boom, like fire.
Nice.
Yeah. So we'll just show like this for now, and we'll cover those up, but not quite yet. And oh wait, I missed one. Right there. And you know what? I'll just make it symmetrical. There we go. Okay. So let's head back over to our blocks. Not usually this slow on my computer. It's only when I'm like streaming that it becomes incredibly slow.
I like the elevator music.
Okay, so we're gonna do a tile overlap event. So we're gonna go into scene, and we want to basically go in here and just do that overlap for that tile I just made. So this arrow one. Arrow. Okay, so what we want to do now is we want to go like in all four directions, basically. And if there is an arrow tile in that direction, like one of the arrow holes, then we're going to do a launch. So there's other ways we could do this instead of doing like a specific trigger, but I'm going to do a trigger, I think, because we haven't done that so far in our code, and I think it'll be a good thing. Well, so I guess the other way we could do it is we could just do it with line of sight, you know? Nah, but then if we have like walls in the way and stuff, it'll be complicated. Yeah, let's just do it this way. Okay, so we're going to, now that we have overlapped with this arrow thing, what we're going to do is I think we're going to make these one-time trigger. So if you overlap with it, it's now gone. So we're just going to clear the tile, and this is going to clear the tile permanently. So even if we like leave another, leave for another room and then come back, this will still be like actually cleared. So you know, it's kind of like a trap in the real world.
Once it's sprung.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Where's the floor?
More effort.
What'd you say?
I'm sure you can get a repeatable trap going with more effort.
Yeah, but like, so someone makes the dungeon, right? And then like, who's putting more arrows into that thing? That's what I want to know.
It's just the belt of arrows behind the wall.
Yeah, I guess the Minotaurs. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we have our location. And I was planning on iterating in all directions, but I realize now that that's going to be like messy code. And we don't actually need to, because we have this fun little constraint that we always know how big our tile map is. It's always the size of one screen. So what we can do instead is we just need to check 4 locations, which are from here, you know, the end of each direction. And we can just hard code one of the either column or row to figure out the right one. So we're going to go ahead and do a logic, if. We're going to do a tile at. So I think that's in tile maps. Here. So we have this tile at column row is whatever. We're going to start by going up. So we want to do the one that's facing downwards. Did I do that tile? No. Okay, we're gonna start by doing down because that's the one I actually drew. Okay, so we need to figure out what the column and row is for this. So the column should be the same as the column we're currently in because we're doing it vertically, right? So the column should be the same. The row is what's going to be different. So let's go ahead and do the column first. We're going to go into our tile maps. And there is a nice little block down here that will get us the column out of our location. So just do this and we'll use location. Oh, I guess it was already named location, so that would have worked fine, but whatever. Okay, now for our row. So our tile maps are 10 by 8. So we want the last row, the bottom row. So because our rows start at 0, we're going to do 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 is what we want, which is 8 when we're counting from 0. Okay, so if that is this one, then we're going to create an arrow. So let's go and do sprites, and we have not yet used the projectile blocks, so this is perfect. We'll do it from side, actually.
Do projectile blocks just auto destroy themselves when they're off screen?
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, let's draw an arrow. Just like this, and like arrow. And then I can put little feathers on it.
Nice.
Let me get a proper outline, feathers.
Oh man.
Cool, all right. All right, so we got an arrow. Should I make it tan?
Yeah, so the outline's strange when it's the arrow itself is also the same color as the outline. That doesn't, yeah, makes sense. But I'm always biased toward more triangle arrows.
Yeah, all right, that works.
Yeah, that's
wait.
I mean, I guess if it was like a shadow bolt, but I don't know if that's, oh, we have like magic in game.
Shadow bolt?
Like it could be all black if it was like, you know, like a shadow arrow.
Oh, okay.
That way the body and the color or the outline could be the same, and it wouldn't matter. But
All right, so we're gonna set the speed to be -100, and hopefully I don't regret that. But let's go.
That is pretty fast.
Rah. All right.
Yeah, that Minotaur is tough. It took 1.5 parts.
Yeah.
You might actually die in this dungeon.
I am definitely going to die. All right, we'll do this.
Second try. To get that button.
No. If you go slow, you don't need to. But if you're like me and you just like blindly go, so see, I can do.
Oh, you didn't. Yeah, I see. You gotta make sure to leave yourself. Space.
Yeah, but
wait,
I never do.
Possible?
It is possible, but it might be pixel perfect. Okay.
Also, you might want to try and move the Minotaur
out of here.
Maybe slightly higher up, so when you come from the actually, I can't tell if it's like the frame rate, because when you come from the bottom, it seems like you're just on the Minotaur immediately.
Yeah, I think so. All right, let's do it. Oh, whoops.
Well,
it's working. The arrows are over here on the left side of the screen. I don't think you can see them.
Oh yeah, there they are. Why are they so far away?
I didn't set the X.
Oh so, yeah, you should use the
yeah.
X of the
So let's just do a place on top. We'll do this projectile. Where are you, projectile? It's alphabetized. There it is. And then I want this location to be the same. So make that 7, just like that. Now let us cover up our arrow tiles, and then I will do the refresh thing so that we can see what we're doing. Okay. On tile map loaded. Gonna cover up our arrow tile.
Yeah.
That. Now, say hello to Giant Richard and Hassan.
Hey.
And we're back. All right.
Oh, so smooth. So smooth. Oh, I can definitely. Okay. I can see. I can see. I can when the frame rate is smoother. I can definitely see how you go back and forth. We're starting to hit some of that chop. Oh, nope. One smooth again.
Oh.
Hey, look at him go. Look at him go. Those are very fast, I think.
Yeah. No, I don't think so. I think it's okay.
That'd be so neat.
I don't know. Maybe I should make it so they actually damage you, and then we'll see how that goes. All right, let's do the damaging.
Can you do fractional damage?
Yeah. So by default, well, yeah. So everything does like half a heart or a full heart, you know. Right now.
I'm starting to think we don't have enough hearts to go through this dungeon.
Hey, I got here with all of my hearts left, so watch it. Okay.
True. That's the dungeon. Yeah, the dungeon creator.
Okay. We're gonna do on sprite of kind player overlaps sprite of kind projectile. We're gonna go ahead and call our deal damage to player function. Functions. Where are you? Here you are. Deal damage to hero. We want this to be false. This one's the like do knockback one. So we want that to be false. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's do the other directions. So I'm gonna go into assets and I'm gonna go ahead and do those other directions that we didn't do. So let's go back over to our tile map, because that's the easiest way to do multiple tiles at once here. We're going to go into our tiles. We're going to make a new tile. So we've done the left-hand side and the bottom side. So we want to do right and top. Right-hand side is this one. Okay, and then like before, I'm just going to do some fancy copy paste work. Paste here, flip it. No. There we go. All right, flip it. There we go. Looking good. All right. Player's just going to be annihilated.
Oh my gosh.
So, in the name of testing, we want to make sure that all the directions work. All right. So we got that. We need one more. So let's go ahead and do a plus. Go into our gallery again. We're going to select the the up wall, I guess, or the down wall, depending on how you want to say it. Is this one. I'm going to do a paste, rotate, 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 rotate. Doesn't seem right.
That was 5 rotates, I think.
Yeah, I think I rotated too much.
There you
go. No, this isn't right. This isn't right. Might just be revealing an error in how I did my wall tiles, you know? There. But it's like, why is this happening, you know? It shouldn't be there. Yeah, that's fine. It looks okay.
This room is deadly.
Yeah, no, this room's no fun. Okay. let me go ahead and just cover up these two, and let's code this up real quick, and then we will test, and I will be annihilated by arrows. All right, go into blocks. Ba 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 ba. Skip-a-doo. Ba-ba-ba. Do. All right, there we go.
Hey.
All right. We're going to duplicate this a few times. And this code is going to be remarkably similar. So let's go ahead and do the opposite one. So we're going to go ahead and change this one to be the down or up, depending on your mood. We'll change this row to be 0, which is our first row. We will change this to be flipped vertically. Doop. And we will change this to be positive 100. And change this to be 0 also. There we go. Okay. Let's do the left one now. By the way, you can tell which is the left or right facing by where the white line is. So if the white line is like the direction it's facing. So this one is on the left side. Okay, so for this one's horizontal, so we want the row to be the same. And for the column, we want the column to be 0 because this one's the one that's on the left side of the screen. So let's make our Vy 0. We want our Vx to be positive 100, and then we just need this to match. So move this over here, make this row, make that 0, and we want our arrow to not look silly while it's flying. All right, final wall. This one. Going to do the column. So the our tile maps are 8 tall, but they are 10 wide. So we want to do 10 minus 1, which is 9 for this one. Make this row again here. This row 9. Make this negative 100, and make this 0. And then once again, let's fix our arrow. So rotate. Okay, so I think that should handle all the directions. So I'm gonna wait to share my screen until I'm right in the arrow room so that our precious moments.
Hey, could remain buttery.
Yeah. Let me restart because I want to have as much health as possible.
So it can all be lost.
Yeah. Okay. Head over. It's nope. I'm not gonna have that much health.
Maybe arrows aren't gonna have much to do.
Okay. Here we go.
All right.
The precipice of danger. All right. Here goes.
I'm ready. Oh my goodness. I was gonna say you did a surprisingly good job avoiding them, and then never mind. It's just every time you step on them, it's like
I feel like I could have done a better job, but I was looking at the stream to see what the frame rate was like, and I was not looking at my screen to actually try and talk. So I was just kind of moving randomly.
No, frame rate was good.
All right, cool. I like these arrows. I think they're pretty fun. They might be too fast, but I'm not gonna worry about it. We're not gonna do anything that's ridiculous like that room that we just did, you know. So. All right, cool. That was a good suggestion. Let's add one more trap, I think. Today will just be a trap day. So let's do our spike trap. So to do that, we're going to go over to our on time uploaded, which I'm already on. We're going to do another loop. So let's go ahead and do this. We're going to change this to be our spike trap, which is this one right here. I already did the art for this one a while ago. Okay, so we don't want all of this follow code. We don't want this animation stuff. We're going to change this to be this.
Richard, this is unrelated. This is unrelated to the stream, but Davix just rickrolled me. He was like, "Here's some fun facts about Austria." I'm like, "Okay, cool." Oh, I should have like looked to see the YouTube URL to see if it was like, you know, the rickroll kind of stream of characters, but it's a good song. So like, I'm never, you know, that upset when it starts playing.
It's true. It is a jam. I don't condone this behavior, Davix.
Fool me once.
Okay, so how is this going to work? The idea is that when we overlap with our spike trap, what we're going to do is we're going to set the image to be like the spikes just barely coming out, so you can see them happen. Like you can see it's what's about to happen. And then you're going to have to like, you'll have a little bit of time. It's going to get destroyed because we're going to set its lifespan. And then we're going to put a new sprite in place that is going to be of kind spike, so spike trap. It's going to like do the animation of up and then down, and it's going to turn itself into spike trap so that the cycle starts over again. So the sprite's going to get destroyed because we're using lifespan, but we're going to create a new one right where it was. Okay, so let's go over. This is actually pretty similar to the pit trap, but it's slightly different, and it has a fun animation. All right, so when our sprite of kind player overlaps our sprite of kind spike trap, then what we're going to do is we are going to set this sprite. Whoa, not like that. What am I doing? We're going to set the image to be our spike tile. But actually, I don't want to do the tile itself. I want to do like an empty image. So I'm going to just copy that. Whoa. Whoops. I accidentally hit the Microsoft logo. I'm going to drag out another one of these. Open this up, paste it. And it's going to be just got these little spikes peeking out. So you got a little bit of time to just go like, uh-oh.
That's a nice use.
Now we're going to give them a lifespan. We're going to set it to be, I don't know, like 500. We'll do that for now.
Will this sprite self-destruct at the end of the lifespan?
Yeah. So the lifespan's in milliseconds, and when it gets down to 0, it's going to self-destruct, destroy itself.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is we don't want to constantly be resetting that lifespan. So we're going to set it to be a ghost so that this overlap event only happens once. Whoops. There we go. We're going to set ghost on. Okay, so that's the first part. Our next part is when this gets destroyed. So we're going to go into sprites. We're going to drag out a destroyed event. So when a spike trap is destroyed, we're going to create a new sprite. We're going to use that new enemy variable I've been using because, I mean, a spike trap is an enemy in a way. We're going to add a new kind called spike. and we're going to set its its image to be this one. And now we need to set it at the same location. So we're just going to do a set position for our new enemy. And we wanted to set it to be the X and the Y of our sprite. And we're going to do our animation. So let's go into animation. We're going to do an animate frames. We're going to leave loop off, make this like way shorter. We'll do like 100. I don't remember what I did it, like what I authored it at. So enemy. And then if we go into here, I already did this one, so it should be somewhere in here. There we go. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. So that will animate them. So how many frames do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got 10 frames.
I think
So
the dot for the spikes are one off.
Oh, it totally is, yeah.
Okay.
I'll fix it. Oh no, not bottom. It was already on lifespan. So we're gonna set this one to be 700. Let's go in here. Copy. Oh wait, let's actually not use lifespan here. Go over here, delete, paste. Cool.
Nice.
All right. So we're gonna do this animate. We need to do something after 700. So we're gonna go into timers and we're just gonna use this nice little after, however much time do. And we're gonna do after 700. We just need to set its kind to be spike trap, and then we're good to go.
Nice.
Yeah, cool. And actually, what I'm realizing now is why use lifespan at all? We don't really need to. All right, let's get rid of that.
Isn't this event on the onDestroyed?
Yeah, so I'm going to get rid of this onDestroyed actually. So what we're going to do is after 500, we're going to set the kind to be spike. And then we're just going to put this in here. We're going to set this to be other sprite. And then we're going to set the ghost to be off. There we go.
Nice.
Makes our code a little bit simpler. Okay, so let me look over this to make sure I'm doing it right. Okay, so when our player overlaps with spike trap, we're going to set the spike trap image to this primed one. We're going to turn it into a ghost so that this doesn't happen again. After 500 milliseconds, we're going to change its kind to spike. We're going to turn the ghost off, which is okay because we made our kind spike, so this isn't going to run again. Then we're going to animate with this 70 interval will like come out animation. And when that's over, this is 10 frames, so that's after 700 milliseconds. We're going to set the kind back to spike trap, and then it is ready to do this cycle again. Okay, I think that's right. So all we need to do now is, well, two things. One, we need to do a destroy all sprites of kind for spike trap. 2, we need to put these into our tile map somewhere. So let's go down and start. Where's a boring room? Room's pretty boring.
Oh.
Yeah, now it's not boring.
Oh my gosh.
All right, cool. So let's go ahead. I should put it in a room that was easier to get to, but oh well. All right. So once again, I'm going to just get to the room, and I will fix the frame rate. Press the button over there. Did it without taking damage. Yes. E. Back down. And on over. See a Minotaur. I
I'm surprised you survived that.
did survive though. Okay. Let's go ahead now, and I'm going to make us giant.
Giant.
Then, like Alice in Wonderland, shrink us back down. This big, and these aren't going to damage me right now, but
Oh, that's cool.
yeah. So I like doing spikes this way because you can do these really cool. It looks really cool when you run over a bunch of them, you know?
Yeah, I like how you can see like they're primed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it looks like we do have enough time to like. You have to like you can't pause at all. You just need to keep running, but you're fine as long as you keep running.
Yeah. Yeah, I think half a
Yeah.
second's enough time to go through the spike.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool.
That's cool.
So we need to make them damage ourselves now, and we should be able to do that real quick.
Unsigned agrees that the spikes are satisfying.
Good. Thank you. Okay, so we're just gonna do this same damage code that we were doing before, but we're gonna change this to be our spike, not spike trap. And there we go. Yeah. Okay, so one last thing we're gonna do, because we have a little bit of time left, just a little bit, and this should be quick. We're gonna make some hearts that are gonna heal us so that we have a chance. So luckily we have a sprite for this already. The way that we're going to do this is it's going to be like, it's going to drop out of things. So when we're inside the dungeon, I'm going to put in some pots that are going to break when we hit them with our sword. And then there's going to be a chance that they'll spawn a heart. All right. So to do that, I'm going to go ahead and draw a pot real quick. Oh boy. We'll see if I can do this. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this tile and use it so that I have this like nice little background. Okay, now we're going to draw something that approximates a pot. Kind of like one of those Japanese melons. I'm going to invert this. You. Sure. Yeah, we'll go with this. All right. This is going to be our pot. We're going to put it in our little entrance area. So let's head over to our entrance, which is, it looks like a boring room, but it's not. Here it is. Okay, so we're going to put a bunch of these. So this code is going to be pretty much exactly the same as our plant code. So let's go over to our blocks, and what we're going to do.
I appreciate the changes in genre. Woo.
All right.
That's a lot of weird overlap.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to duplicate this. We're going to turn this into our tile code. Or our pot. That's what I meant to say. Where are you? It's not a good sign that I can't see what this looks like. Yeah, so we're going to make a new kind. It's going to be pot, not to be confused with pit, which is also a kind we have. Okay, so we're going to place it on top of our location. We're going to set the wall on. Now we're just going to do a simple overlap event. So we have somewhere sword overlapping with plant. No, that's Minotaur. No, that's Frog Bunny. No, that's Chomp. Plant.
It was the last one you checked.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So we're just going to change this to be pot. Wait. No, we're going to duplicate this. We're going to change this to pot. And that's that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do a logic. We're going to do a like 50% chance or something. And then we're going to spawn our art. So let's go ahead. We'll do a percent chance. We'll make it 30%.
Drop that note.
Yeah. Create a sprite. Go over here. Go into my assets. Look for that wonderful heart that Shannon drew us. There we go.
Thanks.
Elf thing. And we're just going to place it on top of our location. So go into scene. Oh man, we're running out of time. I need to code faster. Limiter release. And then the last thing we need to do is we need to go over here and we cover our plant tiles. So we also need to cover our pot tiles. So let's go over here. I can never find this floor tile. There.
Oh,
All right. All right, and then the last thing we need to do is just our overlap event with this health thing. So let's go ahead and drag out an overlap. The first one is player. Make the second one health thing. And I have been Richard, at Richard on the MakeCode forum. Thanks for tuning in.
I've been Hassan, Hassan on the MakeCode forum.
We're gonna just see this code work perfectly, and we're gonna sign off. So I'm gonna change this, destroy, color sprite. Gonna go into our functions. Gonna call our update, not key UI. Update health. And what we're going to do is we're going to take in our max health, which is in here somewhere. Max health, just right there. And then our current health. +1. And I don't think I was smart and actually checked this max, so I'm going to just do this real quick. I'm going to put in a min current health +1 max health. Now to make sure we don't go above. All right. Let's do this. Damage me, Minotaur. There we go.
Hey.
Oh, it didn't heal me though.
Oh no.
Min of current health divided by 1 every time.
You talked about this last stream as well.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and do our cleanup also. So we're going to destroy all sprites of kind pot and destroy all sprites of kind health thing. All right. Well, thank you for tuning in, everybody. Remember, there is no stream tomorrow, and there's no stream on Monday either because it's holiday weekend. But thanks. We'll see you next week. Bye.